Alright, BB. Today's adventure, we're on South Woodland Cemetery in Bartow, Florida. And we are going to try to locate the oldest man that was buried here in this cemetery. Let's go find him. BB, we're here. A little windy day today.
Yeah.
And we're going to be seeing the oldest man that was buried in Bartow, Florida. And if you come into the woodlawn that way, there's the fence. Here's the first white wall. Hedges white wall. Hedges white wall. He's in the first white wall. We had to drive on the grass. There, you can drive on this grass. The road ends there. I think if you come in and make an immediate right, I don't know if you can drive that way out, but we'll find out. But if not, you would just come this way, get on a clear road, come back and around. And this gentleman lived here in Bartow, Florida, and his name is Charles Smith. Charlie Smith, I'm sorry. And the crazy thing is this gentleman passed away in 1979. Okay, and he was born in 1842.
He was 137 years old.
And just imagine, he was probably the oldest man alive, because I haven't heard someone that's lived past 137 or that's still alive today, no. Correct?
It says America's oldest man.
Right.
When he died.
When he died, right. He's the oldest man. Mm-hmm. Right. But I don't know if they're trying to say the oldest man buried or the oldest man alive, because like I said, with technology today, you would think you can live older than 137.
Well, you can, but I'm thinking at 137 years old, if he made it that long, he was an active man.
Oh, he was active. Why don't you read that piece of paper and see how active he was, because you're going to find out a lot of things. I know you didn't read it. I studied up on it, but read his history and you're going to see how active this guy was.
He's from...
Yeah, this man was a slave. He was a slave.
Liberia?
Yes. Yeah, he was a slave. You're supposed to read it out loud to everyone. But he came from Liberia.
Oh, Liberia.
Yeah,
okay.
He was a slave from Liberia.
Oh.
Yeah, he died in 1979. The town of Bartow gave him this headstone because the headstone, I think, that he had didn't survive.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this man was a slave. And in 1979, I was in New Jersey. Shit, I didn't even join the National Guard yet.
We had just moved to Florida in 79.
This man was still alive.
Yeah.
God bless him, man. But yeah, this guy was a slave from Liberia. And
God bless him.
Yeah. So you know how you were saying about being active?
He has to have been active to live that
This
old.
man, yeah.
Because people today, even if they're active,
right,
they're not, well, they're living longer. But most people, once they get past 96 or 100, their mental status becomes gone.
Right. Yeah, this rain here in Florida is killing us.
They have either Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah, even people 88 years old.
Yeah,
and
so, but what I'm saying is, yes, they're alive, but
right,
they're not
alive.
Right.
Right, mentally. But this man here, no, he was doing it. And let's stop this for a second because it's raining. And BB, we got the windows down. Here comes BB rolling down up the window. I'm telling you, Florida, sun, rain, this is what we go through in July, June, but July mainly. Run, BB, run! And we got this for shelter for now because we left our umbrella in the truck. But yeah, you're right. Like, I can't, you know, like, I never even knew this man was buried or anything about him until I looked online and at some road trip page, and this man popped up. I wanted to see what was local around here. But yeah, this man was a slave, and he lived to be 137, you said?
137 years old.
Yeah.
God
So I don't know no one older that's recorded.
Could you imagine living 137 years? So much changed in his lifetime.
This man's, well, every 100 years, like we're experiencing now
Right.
with the virus, was the
So,
flu,
you know, he went through
was
the Civil
riots,
War.
you know.
Yeah,
So,
he
wow.
went through the Civil War. He went through
And all the wars,
everything.
every war practically.
I mean, he's seen slavery abolished.
Yes.
He's seen black people actually being able to vote on
Yeah.
their own land.
Yeah. The only thing he
Own
never
their
got to see was the
businesses.
first black president.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. But and if you think about it, you know, when you hear Bible stories, how, you know, Moses was this age and Moses was that age.
Yeah.
This is, guys, a living proof here.
Yeah.
Okay. And people were living a long time. So if someone to say like,
And
oh
I
no,
still
Moses
say-
wasn't 101. Well, guess what? Charlie Smith, an American and, well, African. That's Liberia, is from Africa, right?
Liberia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's,
around
yeah,
there.
from Africa. This
I'll
gentleman
have
is
to
from
look it up to be
Africa,
sure, but
and he lived to be 137. So what makes you think Moses or anyone else couldn't live?
because I still think that a lot of it today, and this is just my opinion, a lot of the crap that human beings are going through now, today, our food's hybrid.
Mm-hmm. Even our vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have to mass produce it so fast because
Yeah.
the population has just gotten
Yeah.
so overwhelming.
Like we're growing fruits out of season.
Just like the COVID. It's a flu, but for me, and this is how I look at COVID, it's a super flu. Just like when they realized what a staph infection was, MRSA was, you know, certain antibiotics after a while of people taking them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It mutated to where your body couldn't take it. I still think because they lived more pure. They just had more wholesome lives, more wholesome foods, and I think they just stayed more active. And
Yeah.
they worked just as hard as we did today.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you farm, you're
And-
working just as hard as I am at that lab.
And what I was understanding about Charlie Smith, of course, was after slavery and everything, you know, getting into the 70s when everything was, you know, after the 60s protests and all that. But he's had a decent life after his slavery. What I'm
Yeah.
saying was like,
He made a life for himself.
right. He had a good life until 1979. I don't know how he died, what causes or anything.
Probably
But-
just natural death.
Right, but the whole thing is, it's like, you know, here's a man that can prove to anybody that, you know, you can go through a lot of stuff
And you can still survive
and you can
it.
still survive it.
And
And
have
here's
a
a
good
man
life.
to prove it. Yeah, and here's a man to prove it. And, you know, like I said, we're just assuming he had a good life afterwards, after the
I pray
slavery
God
and
he did,
everything.
yeah.
So I
But,
can't
well,
see not.
anything after
Right.
slavery has got to be an improvement.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, the city of Bartow was the one who put this. You know, they purchased that
God
for
bless
him.
him.
So, but yeah, that's a pretty interesting story.
Liberia,
1842.
isn't that in Libya?
That's, I'm saying, is that in Africa?
Libya.
No, Liberia.
Liberia.
It's in Africa. Yeah,
Oh, no, I have to
Liberia
look that.
is
Now you
the.
got me thinking.
Well, it's just that.
Again, harder.
It's just that.
Stop that.
It's just that when you've been out of school for so long, sometimes you just get words mixed up. But that was the facts that I had found on the internet of him, of course. And there's a lot of other people. I mean, I would love to walk around, but it's freaking, I can't afford to get wet
Well,
But
you
some
can't
people
afford to get sick.
behind him is like
Oh, 1922.
Carrie Holder. Where's that? Yeah,
Right here,
1922s.
to 2008, quite
You got
up
a
there.
young lady over there, 1980, 2010.
Oh,
I mean, me and BB, we look at that lighthouse, 1954, 2016. Gentleman, Frank L. Webster, has a football next to him.
I know a lot of people don't find
1947.
cemeteries or.
Right, interesting, because you want to know why? Because they got to face the fact they're going to die one day.
But here's a guaranteed fact: you should know as soon as you're born, you're gonna die.
Yeah, yep.
It's as.
Oh, we got a
real as-
Seminole.
It's as real as paying taxes.
Yeah.
That's one thing in life you're guaranteed. Once you're born, you're paying taxes and you're gonna die.
Yeah, but I mean, we definitely I love to see, and sometimes go home and pull up their names and see
And
about their
research.
life. This dude looked cool.
Yeah, you did.
Look at him. That dude was dressed to the T.
Damn straight.
Chikoe U. Johnson. 2008, he was born 79. That's pretty young.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was smiling.
Looks
That's the
like
main thing.
Life
look-
is too short for a bunch of regrets. And,
Well, it's like
and
they
to
always
be
say, the
pissy all
good
time.
die young.
Yeah.
The good die young. The
Look at my
miserable
son.
people, you know, they'll live forever and make this country miserable. Here's another one.
It was that I carried you
Footprint.
footprints. Yes.
Yeah. Very nice.
Oh, I like how they did that.
Which one that?
They got a new stone. And
Oh,
put
the picture
original
fell down.
stone.
Yeah. Well, these
But I
aren't
like that.
right. Well, these aren't stones. Those are plaques that they lay
Yeah.
flat, and it's just a shame that
That's what I'm
his
saying.
picture.
But I mean, this
fell
must have
down.
been sinking in or something to where they went
Right,
like this and
right.
put this on there. I like that.
Or
That
someone
was a-
came around like for a Charlie, and they
They
donated
did it. Yeah.
because, like you said, it was sinking. Because a lot of
That's
these,
the only thing with Florida.
yeah,
Oh, there was a baby.
Florida is one thing.
Oh my God.
Where was the baby?
Right there.
Oh, but Florida is one thing. When there is a death, people do come out.
Yes.
Like there was a black gentleman that died in Dade City or Zephyr Hills, and the owner of Hungry Howie's sent them all pizza.
Yeah.
And you know, he's from a different culture,
Yeah.
so that's how we are here in Florida. If someone can't afford something, and
We all
I'm not
can-
talking about a fancy smancy
Yeah.
gold, casket, but someone
We
can
all do
afford
our
something.
best, yes.
Yeah, these people will come out and give a hand.
Oh my goodness.
14 days, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 10 days.
Yeah. Mm.
10 days old. And they got Richie over here. But anyway, at least everyone knows that,
And I think it's cool too now, also at the cemeteries, that the different types and headstones that they can.
when we have other videos
Yeah, I
in
know,
our
but I'm
cemetery
just
file, but
saying.
we've seen some.
We've seen
Extraordinary.
Some really, yeah, I mean, it lets you see
Yeah.
the person's personality.
Yeah. I think it makes you feel a lot better, like you said.
You're not crying, but you're celebrating.
Right. But like you said, when you see a headstone that's done for a certain person, a certain way,
Yeah.
it just shows you that they do it for them,
Yeah.
their personality. Alrighty, got some other ones here. I mean, I would love to go through this whole,
No, we can't.
but I mean, this
Rain
friggin'
on
rain,
all.
yeah, it's killing us. But we did want to come and see Charlie Smith,
Yes.
and you'll see those things, white fence, that big tree. He's right there. Anything else you'd like to say, BB?
Y'all go out to your local cemetery and take a look around.
Yeah,
Find a real old one though.
those are the good ones.
Those are the best.
I mean, we found some ones when we went up north. I know, like I said, when we went to Savannah, we seen Confederate
of people-
cemeteries, Union cemeteries.
like even with my ancestry and with being Indian, my Indian heritage, we celebrate death. We don't. It's not a bad thing.
Same thing with the Puerto Ricans.
You know.
When someone passes away and they're buried, we have a 7-day prayer
Yeah.
where everyone comes to the house and prays for 7 days. So,
Well, I don't think we do the powwow anymore, but
well, the reason what they do that is because you're praying for Mary. I mean, I know you have to go through Jesus to get
Right.
to God. here they pray to Mary.
It's like asking
To-
mom to talk to dad.
Thank you. Yes, to say, hey, please,
Hey mom, I want
please.
to go out. Ask dad if I can
Correct,
go.
because I said we are all not perfect
No.
and stuff. And look at this one here, it had their children in the back. That's nice.
Oh wow. So I said all these things are so unique
Yeah,
to the individual.
that was nice there. Oh, and that's the one that's next to Charlie and stuff. All right, baby.
So until our next video, guys.
And right here, I know a lot of times in the Jewish things or in the military, you put a quarter or whatever. I'm definitely gonna put one
the
here
prayers.
for him. Leave that there. Until our next video.
See you guys.
Peace.